Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Doing Things Dan's Way. So today I have my daughter's 2010 Toyota Prius here. As long as she's had it, it has this low grumbling, rackety sound that happens in the right front every time she goes over uneven pavement, even just dropping down a little bit over, a little lip, whatever. There's these low frequency rumbling sounds that it's making. My best guess is that it's the front strut that's bad because it looks original and this car has 170 some odd thousand miles on it. This is Doing Things Dan's Way. Stick around. Hey guys, jumping in here real quick. This turned out to be a lot of content. It was almost a half an hour of total media. So what I've done is broken this into two separate sessions, if you will. So this first one, we're just going to tear apart the whole area underneath the windshield wiper mechanism and get access to the top of the strut mounts. From there, we will pull out the tire and get the strut out and get just to that point of having that strut out. That'll be the end of this video. The next video, we'll jump into the actual restoration. Okay, so I get to the top of the strut mount, which is all the way up under here. I can barely get my fingers in, so we're gonna have to remove some of this upper mechanism, which is a real drag. So we're gonna take off the windshield wiper blades, these two bolts, and the one under the cap over there. Then you just kind of push them with your fingernail and you can pop free all these clips all the way along. And then this whole black cowling piece will come off. I'm a big fan of putting the screws back on where you got them, so you don't lose them. So there's that piece. It's easy. Okay. So this is just a real sharp little blade. Very sharp little blade that came in very carefully so I didn't scratch up the plastic. Clip. There's a clip here that just kind of fell out. That part opens up to get to there. It's cute. Okay. Hung up on the. Just pull this kind of towards you. There's an extra little piece on the end right here. So this needs to come off so this whole piece can come out from behind here. So once that piece is out of the way, then this can lift out of the way entirely. And that was just a snap. So leave them off for now. Okay, so with just the one side off, this all comes out of the way. Just keep it all together and set aside. So the goal is to be able to get a wrench up under here. So we have this whole plate here which is holding together all of this mechanism. It's all of the windshield wiper mechanism. Maybe I should just remove all this. Okay guys, I'm not one to give up easily. My goal was to try and not take so much of this apart, but I'm finding that the idea of trying to get under here without taking all of this off, I think I'm overwhelming myself with the thought of taking out 4 more bolts. It's only 4 more bolts to take out the whole windshield wiper mechanism, and then this whole plate comes completely out. So let's go ahead and pull out the windshield wiper motor transmission mechanism and see how much better this is for me. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. That's all it actually is. So it's just really not that big a deal. And these are a little more unique. 2. Four. Now we'll go ahead and release this second clip here. So keep that all together. Just kind of set it here in the middle. Getting caught in this corner right here. Okay. Yeah, guys, this is not that big a deal. And it'll give me a chance to clean out this big rat's nest that was here. Look at that. Gross. Look how nice this access is. Just taking out that bracket of all this volume back here. So there's just a few bolts. If you just took off these 4, got this out of the way, took out the 10 bolts that took up that whole tray and pop it out, literally that's like a 10-minute job at most. So don't be concerned that taking this mechanism out is a really big deal. Overall, this is totally worth it. And now I can come here and vacuum out all this debris. Okay, so now that we have this all opened up, I'm going to throw a breaker bar on this guy and see if he'll just pop loose. Let's see. 22. Yep. Always want to break off the nut side, not the bolt side. So in this case, we'll be looking up on this node here. Let's just see if we can break it free. Yes, nice. Okay. Now, this side spins, we'd have to grab it, but pretty good luck with it not spinning. Okay, on this side, see if we can crack it easily. I'm doing this first because if I can't crack it, I'll use some penetrant. Oh boy, okay, this guy's a little tougher. That's about all I got. Okay. Now, if I couldn't get this off, I would spray it with a little PB blaster. Just that stuff splatters everywhere, so you want to kind of hold a paper towel behind it when you spray it, otherwise it'll just kind of splatters. And then work on other stuff for a bit, give it a chance to get in the threads. So once these are kind of not so hard, I'll switch over to a tool. Again, an impact driver with just a simple set of heads that work with your sockets really makes life nice. Yeah, hang on. So from here we need to release this clip, which is this is the ABS line. You gotta be real careful with that. I'm going to take out this bolt right here, which holds the ABS line and the brake line. Yeah, it's a 12. Here comes just a flat plate screwdriver. The clips are on the ends, in towards me. Get up underneath it, under the flange, and poke that release on both sides. See, there's releases on the front, on the outside and inside of that. And then I get the rest of this disassembled. 3 nuts, bolts. Goes. So you want these guys out of the way. You've got to pull off this sway bar link bolt right here. That's an 18. Either there's going to be an Allen wrench hole here in the middle that you're going to hold on to while you spin the nut, or you have to get a wrench on the back side to hold it while you untighten this. Go this way, so it's going to want to go like that. Yay, it's moving. Not bad. And that nut's super hot now. Whew. Because we lifted the car from the center and both tires are equally dropped, there's no alignment issue here. The strut isn't, the sway bar isn't pulling or pushing at this point, so that just fell right out of there, which is great. Okay, so what we need to do now is tap out the bolts here, and this whole knuckle and brake assembly is just going to drop out of the way, and then the strut will be free. Protect the nut, you don't want to bang on threads. I want to be super careful of our brake lines and such over here. That's going to be in the way, but we can separate these two. So now this is just sitting on the lower ball joint and the tie rod, the steering tie rod here, but the strut itself is now free. So now we can go up top and take out the 3 top screws from the strut. Okay, so with everything here out of the way, now I have super easy access to these 3 bolts. And when these 2 bolts come out, this plate's going to want to come off, which is holding on this assembly, so just want to be careful. Keep in mind that's glass right there, so you do need to be just mindful that you're that close to the windshield. Use my little socket in cheater here. Now this whole strut's going to fall out of here, so get 2 of the 3 bolts out. Be mindful, this strut's pretty heavy, so you want to definitely lift up on it when you pull this last bolt out, and you get both hands under here to grab the strut because it gets heavy fast. So this guy has 170,000 miles on him, so let's go grab the brand new ones. I think we're good to go. Let's put it back together. Okay guys, that's the end of part 1 of this video. Part 2 will be reinstalling that new strut into the car. So click over here for a link to that, and click down here for other Prius videos that I've done. And until next time guys, be blessed.